Hey, welcome back. My name is Celia Calcaraz and I am a licensed realtor here in Michigan. Today I want to talk to you about my first 3 months in real estate. I'm obviously a little bit further along right now, but during my first 3 months of being in the business and getting my license, I felt where I needed the most help and the most guidance, and where I kind of struggled to find that help and guidance. So I figured I would just share some tips, some advice, and kind of just how it went for me. Nothing that I did was right or wrong. It just is my path, and everyone has their own path, and that is okay. So do whatever works for you, and just be comfortable with where you are and grow from there. So I'm not going to talk a lot about how to become a licensed real estate agent or a licensed realtor. A good friend of mine who is also a realtor, she actually helped me kind of get into real estate. She was a huge part of why I got into real estate, but she has a YouTube channel and she does a whole video on getting your real estate license, and I will link that for you below. She does a great job and she is awesome. So I highly recommend watching that video if you are interested. Something that I feel is really important and is not talked about a lot is all the costs and all the things you have to pay for, fees and whatnot, when you get started in real estate, as well as just continuing in real estate, where you're gonna have to pay money, and sometimes that can be really overwhelming when you're first starting out and you might not have another job or another income, and you're just kind of paying for all these things with, if you don't have a closing date in sight, it can be very overwhelming, and I feel like that should be addressed before you get into the business, so that you can at least just be prepared if anything. So these costs are going to start right when you take your pre-licensing course. I believe my pre-licensing course was around $100, but I know people that took a $500 pre-licensing course. Whichever you decide to do is totally fine. Personally, I don't think it really matters which pre-licensing course you take, because as long as you pass the test, that is the end goal, is to pass your real estate exam, and however you choose to do that is fine. Once you get your license, it doesn't really matter where you took your pre-licensing or whatnot, in my opinion. So first off, you're starting paying that $100 to a couple $100 for the pre-licensing course, and then you have to pay to take your exam. I believe here in Michigan it is about $80, which isn't a lot, but a lot of people do have to take the real estate exam. It is really difficult, and it's a hard test to study for, to be completely honest. And if you have to take the test multiple times, that's $80 each time, which can definitely add up quickly if you don't have any other income, or if you are, just on a budget of any kind. It can be overwhelming. Once you pass your exam and you have your real estate license, you will likely choose to join a board of realtors, and that, I believe my fee is between $400 and $500 a year. I choose the board that I chose. I pay it every January, I believe. So I started in the last quarter of the year in real estate. So I had to pay for the rest of the year upfront, right when I started, right when I got my license and joined the board. And then in January, I had to pay that $470 or whatever it is for that upcoming year. You also are going to be paying for MLS access, which is the multiple listing service. And you need that. You need that as a realtor. And that costs $126 quarterly. So all these things don't seem like a lot. Maybe they do. I thought it was a lot at first because I wasn't expecting it. But if you don't have any sales, that $400 realtor board fee can be a lot on you, and then you're paying that $126 quarterly, and it really sneaks up on you, I promise. Also, as a realtor with my brokerage, different brokerages do different things, but with my brokerage, I am an independent agent, which means that everything that I do comes from me. My brokerage does not buy me leads. They do not give me listings. Everything that I do comes from me, reaching out to people, prospecting, So therefore, I have to promote myself. That means I have to purchase business cards and promotional flyers, and every sign that goes into somebody's yard costs money. So all those things are also another expense that you have to think about. And I remember when I first started, I was paying a lot of those things with before I had any type of commission. So that is just like draining in the beginning. And it's very common for you to not make a sale for your first couple of months. A lot of people only have a couple of deals in their first year, which is fine. And it really is common, so don't get discouraged. But at the same time, it can be overwhelming if you aren't aware of all the costs that can come with it. Again, $30 here, $40 here. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it really does add up if you don't have any other type of income. And it also can be overwhelming if you do have a part-time job on the side, because if you do get a client and they need to go see a house at a certain time, but you have that part-time job, you're gonna be stressed out and you don't wanna have to tell your clients, oh, I have my other job today, I can't show you. I mean, if you need to, then that's fine. Like, I know I've had things come up that I haven't been able to go show a house at a certain time, but it can be overwhelming at first when you don't know how to set your own boundaries, and you have to tell clients like, no, I can't do that today, because you feel like you're gonna lose that client. And in the beginning, that can feel like a lot on your shoulders. So that's just my perspective on that. Obviously, you gotta do what you gotta do, and it's definitely just like the type of mindset you have to adapt. Another piece of advice that I have is when you are choosing your brokerage. I only interviewed with my brokerage before I signed with them and took my exam. So my advice would be to interview with multiple brokerages. That way you at least see how other brokerages operate, different things that they do, what they're willing to offer. Don't go just for the split that they offer, because the other like education and training might be more valuable than the split to start off, the split of your commission. I wish I would have gone and interviewed with multiple brokerages. Not to say that I would have chosen a different one, but I would have at least known what was out there and like felt more confident in my choice. I love my brokerage. I'm really happy there. It worked out. I love the people I work with. We have a phenomenal administrative team. But just like knowing, even as an agent now, I would like to know how other companies operate and kind of just give me some insight about what is out there, and how my other agents are working and how they run their business. And maybe that would have helped me been more aware. And just educating yourself is always good. Even if you have your heart set on a brokerage, I really do highly recommend going and talking with multiple brokerages, keeping your mind open, and just really choosing the one that feels like the right fit for you. Just a little personal part of my journey is I am not really a traditional kind of gal. I never really have done things the traditional way. So when I started real estate, it was no different. I didn't start off just cold calling and going on listing appointments and doing that. It took me a while, but I kind of wanted to figure out what was best for me. And the way that I'm taking is to be more social media based, and I'm like just starting to work more behind the scenes doing that. But I think it'll be better for me and my work lifestyle. But I do think it's going to take longer and be more of a long-term plan, which is fine. So I just think you need to figure out what is the best for you, what you value most, and how to balance your lifestyle so that you are happy. I know it's very hard for me to put guilt on myself for not being busy all the time. And I don't know, I'm a very busy person. So when I'm not busy, I feel very unproductive and like I'm wasting time. But if I spend a day with my husband, out walking our dog and, doing household things, going grocery shopping, whatnot, that's fine, because sometimes you need that. And if you don't have a ton of work to do and you feel like you put enough effort into doing, educating yourself and doing things that you do need to get caught up on, then it's okay to take a day off. And I think that's really important and something that isn't talked about, especially in this career field, because it's all like portrayed as like you gotta hustle, and you for sure have to, and you are kind of like always on. Whenever a client needs me, I am running out the door to go show them a house. But I also think it's important that it's okay to take time off, to have days where you don't work all day and you just do things that fit your lifestyle. At the end of the day, I really love being a realtor. I feel very blessed to have this job, and I love it. I really do. I love it so much. I just also love my life, and I love the people in my life. So I definitely make time for both of those things. And that's what's great about being a realtor, is that you are able to do that if you want. So I just wanted to talk about that. I was really lucky in my first couple of months to have family members who were looking to buy and sell. And those both were closed in my first couple of months, which was awesome and a great feeling. So that really helped me kind of like gain my confidence and start the new year off right. So I'm really excited about what's to come. And of course, as always, if you ever need anything, if you have any questions regarding real estate, or if you're looking to buy or sell, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Calcaraz. I'll leave my information below, and I'll talk to you guys soon.